Hey everybody, so today I'm here to do a chit chat video. It's been a very long time since I've done one, but you did not get your designated video yesterday, and that was intentional because of a lot of different things. But it's been a long time since I've sat down, talked to you guys about what's going on and stuff like that. So if you missed Friday's video, we announced that we are pregnant. I am 7 weeks and 4 days today, and so far so good. So great news on that end still. Nothing really has changed about that. I have had people ask me since uploading that video, if anything is going to be different, if we're doing anything different, just a bunch of different questions along those lines. And maybe I didn't make it super clear in that video, but I am going to be high risk for at least my first trimester. Meaning right now my doctor's fine with it just being the first trimester, but if something comes up, or I don't know, I get gestational diabetes again or something, because with Remy, I was diagnosed in the early second trimester, I believe, with her. So, if something like that comes up, you end up being high risk again. But yeah, that just means that I'm going in every 2 weeks for ultrasounds, and they're just monitoring me closely, keeping an eye on me, which I greatly appreciate. And if you don't know why I'm high risk, or why people might be wondering if we're doing things differently, I have a history of recurrent pregnancy loss. So that's the reason why. Last year we had 3 miscarriages alone. It was really rough. But like I said, so far so good, and we get to see our little baby again in a week and a half, basically. I guess it's more like a week and a couple days, but I don't know how quickly I'll get the results from those. So depending on that, depends on when you guys will get your update with that. And when that all goes good, I will probably just do an update, because I know I haven't really given you a ton of symptoms, a ton of how I'm feeling, how things have been going, how the first trimester's been, stuff like that. So I'll throw that in one video. There are children awake in my living room playing. They're watching The Incredibles and playing their little Lucky Duck game, so you're gonna hear some noise. And also, I know I have a horrible glare on my glasses, but I'm not taking them off, so we're just gonna have to deal with things today. It's been a long time since you guys have been sitting on my bar looking at me from my kitchen, so looking at me in my kitchen, so this feels very nostalgic right now. It's been a really long time since I've done one in the kitchen while the girls were up and stuff like that. I think definitely well before Sophie ever started school. But no, I do plan on doing some kind of video to update you guys and stuff, but there's been a lot of other things, not just me being pregnant related, that have been going on, making things pretty crazy and hectic around here, which I feel like January is always kind of a crazy month. People are just kind of adjusting, and kids going back to school, and sickness, and just all that good stuff. So we've had all of that, but we've also been really busy with the preschool lately and helping out with that, and I love doing it. So I let myself get wrapped up in it, because there's going to come a time in between the baby I'm pregnant with right now and when Remy is old enough to go to kindergarten. There's going to be a year between us not having any kids in preschool. Remy being in kindergarten and this baby not being old enough to start preschool, basically. And that's gonna make me sad, because I really love our preschool. I love how hands-on I get to be and stuff like that. There's gonna be a lot of cuts in this video, because I did catch a fraction of what the girls had, and it's just this weird cough kind of thing. I don't know, so I'm coughing a good bit, so sorry for all the cuts. I know normally chit chat videos I try to leave them alone for the most part, but anyways, that kind of leads me into the next thing, which both the girls were sick for a little while. Like I said, it was just a cough thing. They literally just woke up one morning and had those nasty mucousy coughs. Nothing beforehand, but then kind of after the cough came the congestion. It was real weird, but they I think they had it a lot worse than I did. I really honestly feel like I only got a fraction of the kind that they got. I don't know. Maybe I was able to fight it off a little bit better, but theirs was pretty rough. And for the most part, they're done coughing. Every once in a while, I'll hear something out of them, but it's really not that bad anymore. Sophie is getting tubes in her ears. That's one of the biggest things that has been going on. I told you guys back in some kind of video that Sophie was going to be going to the ENT because she has had so much unresolved fluid in her ears. It's basically a preschool thing. Sophie before this year has never been in any kind of setting where she's been around a ton of children on a regular basis. This is her first year of preschool. With that being said, she has been sick ever since she started. When we stop one cold, give it 2 days, there will be another one. And that's just how it's been. And before starting preschool, Sophie had maybe 2 ear infections in the first 4 years of her life, with her being sick constantly in school. And I mean, it is constantly. It's not me blowing things out of proportion or anything like that. It is literally back-to-back sicknesses, which honestly, thankfully, with my kids, especially Sophie, sometimes not so much with Remy, but with my kids, for the most part, even if they're sick, it doesn't really get them down. But it just doesn't allow for your body to really, you know, hit ground zero like it needs to after every sickness when you're going to back to back to back being sick. So she hasn't had like the proper drainage of fluid in her ears that she should have, and we've been watching it for a really long time. We've tried treating it. It doesn't really do anything. It's just constant fluid, which we were fine with just kind of keeping an eye on. But at the ENT, they did do a hearing test on her, and they determined that she does have, I can't remember what they said. I think it was like partial temporary hearing loss, and basically said if you're not looking directly at her, within a few feet of her, she's probably not going to hear you. So with that being said, it's not really an option anymore. We have to do the tubes, you know. Temporary hearing loss is not something you want to mess with, so, you know, it needs to be done. She needs tubes in her ears, which we are all good about. She is supposed to get them tomorrow, Thursday, but we are not 100% sure on that. It might end up getting pushed. It just all depends on a few different things. So regardless though, even if it doesn't happen tomorrow, she is getting tubes in her ears. I would really like it to be sooner rather than later, just because, like I said, temporary hearing loss is just something you want to prolong. So I'm really looking forward to that. And the fluid in her ears, it bugs her on and off. Not always, not every time she has fluid in her ears, but sometimes it does. So I do want to bring that relief to her too. And other than that, she's been doing great in preschool. I did keep her home this past week in hopes of keeping her away from other bugs and, you know, all that kind of stuff. Ooh, pretty.
Thanks. I got blue.
You got blue?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But what?
Water.
But there's water on it?
No, there's not.
Oh, there's not water on it.
Yeah.
Well, that's a good thing, because it's paper.
Yeah, because it's paper.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it is. So that was Little Miss Remy, and, you know, that was basically everything kind of going on with Soph. And Remy's been doing good, too. She did have quite a few rough nights when she caught what her sister brought home, and it was kind of rough. For a couple nights, it was really bad. But she's doing a lot better now, and yeah, she's doing really good. Nothing really to report with her, but that's a-okay with me, and she's been doing good. But both of them, generally good. Just hoping to get those tubes in soon, give her some relief, get her hearing back to what it should be, stuff like that, because she has also had other hearing tests done. I can't remember why or when, but I think it might have been at her 3-year well visit. They did a hearing test on her just to kind of check it, and they said it was good. And then obviously when your baby's born, they also do a hearing check then, and she had passed those. So her hearing has always been good up until this fluid issue. So, but other than that, they've been doing really good, and we've just been staying busy with the preschool. And like I said, I caught what they got over like the past week, which has been kind of hard with everything going on. We had so many doctor's appointments last week, and there's just been so much going on that it's been kind of hard to keep up with everything. And that's the reason why I have a massive pile, well, you can't really tell because it's not focused on it, but a massive pile of dishes back there, and I've got some even over here on the counter with me. So I have a good bit of cleaning to do today, because honestly, you know, if I'm at the preschool with her working, and then we get home, we get everybody lunch, and I do like, I'll just do like one thing, like whether it's just like doing laundry, or I'll just do dishes, or I'll just clean the bathroom or something like that. And then I'm like, all right, I'm done. I need to sit down. I'm tired already. And I don't know, like I feel like this pregnancy in a way has made me kind of lazy. I don't know, like I have no will to like want to clean the way I did before. I think part of it is sometimes things make me sick, like the smell of the dishes, or just even cleaning the toilet. Like I don't know, like, it's not like it smells or anything. It's just like the thought of cleaning the toilet upset my stomach and stuff. I guess laundry is the one thing I don't mind, but I have to put away everybody's clothes because Sophie's all get hung up. So she's not tall enough and she's not really old enough to do that yet. Remy is still at the age where she destroys her drawers if I let her touch them. And Mark will just not put his clothes away and will live out of baskets.
I'm Sophie.
You are Sophie. Yeah. You guys are doing good trying to be quiet.
Yeah. But I always be fancy nice for Halloween. But I think someone gave me my fancy Nancy night for Christmas.
Yeah. Your grandma did. Yes. So we are in the very talkative stage with her. She almost like never stops talking, like from the moment she wakes up to the moment she goes to bed. Honestly, it's all the time. We're very much into telling stories and stuff, which I love, but you know, like sometimes you're like, you just want 20 seconds of silence, so you kind of like tune them out. We're there. I had a lot of friends who, when Sophie was younger, they had like older 5, 6, 7-year-olds, and they're like, they never stop talking. Like they do not stop. And I've heard jokes about it all the time, but I think we're starting to enter that phase because she loves to talk all the time. She's been doing this cute thing too at night where she pretends to do videos like me. She got this like not nightlight, like a little book light that also turns into a lantern for her room for Christmas. It's really cool, but you can like tilt the book light up if you don't want to make it a lantern. So she pretends that that's a camera and she'll just like do these little videos and she'll do my intro and do my outro. And it's so cute. And like, it's not even like they watch my videos, you know, like there's no reason really for them to watch them. Most of them are sit down videos and just don't apply to them. But they do hear me work every once in a while, especially if it's like now when I'm doing a video right in front of them. But it's just like the cutest thing ever because you don't think that your kids pay attention to some stuff until you see them do things like that and you're like, you are a sponge and a cute sponge. But yeah, like I said, everything with them has been going great. I've been feeling really lazy at home. I think it's also because we've had a good bit of like running around, doctor's visits, getting other things ready. Like I said, being heavily involved in the preschool and stuff like that. So it's just been like a lot also going on outside of the home that when I do get home, I'm just like, I want to relax. I do not want to do this. You know, I don't know. I just not feeling it. I am really not. I know I get questions a good bit about whether or not we're still looking for a house, if we found one, stuff like that, and we are still looking. Unfortunately, where I live in the Midwest in Ohio, this time of year is just like not the best when you're looking for a house because there's not a lot of people who want to put their house up for sale right now. Not a lot of people want to move in the winter. Our winters do get pretty harsh. Right now, I feel like it's just finally begun. After Christmas, it was like 60 some days. Like there was people in Ohio like wearing t-shirts again. It was obnoxious. And then like literally the next day there was 3 inches of snow on the ground and it was 20 degrees outside. It's like that is Ohio in a nutshell. But not a lot of people like to move in the winter. Not a lot of people, you know, want to put their house up for sale when they can't take nice pictures of like their house and their yard and stuff like that. But there are people who do it. But like the pickings are slimmer than what they usually are. So we are still just being patient because like we've said before, there's no reason to move out of this home. We love this house, love the location, love where we are, love our neighbors, everything about it. It's a great house, love it to death, but we want to be homeowners. So it's not a possibility to own this home. And even if it was, it doesn't have everything that's on our checklist. We are still looking, just being patient because there is no rush and, you know, we're not going to make a huge commitment like that and just rush into something just to have it, you know what I'm saying? So we really want to like it and feel good about it. And there's also some other changes that will be going on in 2019. Remy will probably most likely be going to preschool in the fall, and we will need a bigger car and stuff like that. So all those things cost money. So we need to be conscious about the decisions that we're making now that are going to play into it later. Yes, beautiful.
It's a snake.
It's a snake, okay. So we are just taking it small steps. We did finally find a realtor, a good one who's behind us and is really great. And yeah, don't really have anything else to say about it other than we're still looking and keeping our eyes peeled. I check my apps every single day. Our realtor is on the lookout every single day. And that's another thing. It's kind of hard, especially in this time of year, is because there are fewer houses and because there are other people looking for houses, it's also pretty competitive at the same time. So even if you see a house, you need to jump on it. You need to be serious about it and just be ready to go. And it's crazy. It moves so fast. We kind of started the process of looking for a home earlier than we had anticipated, only by like a month. We were planning on getting pre-approved and everything in order in January, but we decided to do it in December because we found this house, we really liked it, and within 4 days it had an offer on it. And it was just insane. Then we saw another house that we kind of liked. We were kind of like on the fence about it, but we ended up talking to our realtor and seeing if she knew any more about it, and she was like, yeah, it already has a contract on it. And it was up for like maybe a week. So when you see something, you need to act on it. You need to do it fast, and you know, need to be viewing houses, calling your realtor, setting things up, being ready to go when you fall in love with a house, because it's gonna go like that. At least for some of the houses, I guess I should say. I hope you all are staying well, because I feel like I've been hearing a ton about the stomach flu, and just even it's now influenza season, and it's sickness season. So I hope you all are staying well, your kids are doing good, stuff like that. You know, let me know what you guys have been up to, because like I said, it has been a really long time since I've done a video like this, chit chat, kind of life update kind of thing. And I love the comments that you guys leave and us all talking about what's going on. I love it and I miss it. I wanted to make this one video, post it on Wednesday, because we've had a lot going on and it's been crazy the past few days, but also because there's not going to be a video on Thursday, so I just decided to do one and throw it in the middle of the week on Wednesday, because I just obviously want to be attentive to her. They said she could go to school the next day, which she doesn't have school on Fridays, so it doesn't matter anyways. But like, that just seems so crazy to me that they can go under general anesthesia, have an outpatient surgery, and be back in school the next day. I was like, are you sure? This does not feel right. I just want to be attentive and obviously with her all day long on Thursday and not worry about anything else. Lastly, I also want to say thank you so much for all the support you left on that video. I'm glad so many of you liked it. I was trying to be sneaky throughout the video, and I did leave like a couple of Easter eggs to try and hint what I was getting to before I actually showed you guys. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. Mark and I and the girls had fun making that video, so I'm really glad that you guys enjoyed it so much. You guys have always been that, and it means so much to me. Like I said, there will be a pregnancy update soon, so be on the lookout for that as well. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and as always, thanks for watching.